Hey, it's Danny. Welcome to the last week of 2023. On this day, we went to Mornington and we decided to stop by Springy to grab some Banh Mi. We went to both Tabak and Bun Bun to try both out to see which one was better. Honestly, for me, I felt Tabak was a bit more westernized. I am not really a fan of lettuce in Banh Mi, but in saying that, the crispy pork was really great and really crispy and crunchy. Added a really good nice texture to the banh mi itself, but for me I definitely think I prefer Bun Bun just because it had a better ratio of meat, veggies, and the baguette was really great. I felt like there was a good ratio and good sort of even spread of the ingredients in the banh mi. Was it the best banh mi? Probably not. I've definitely had better ones out in the west, but hey, it was a fairly decent banh mi. We then went for a walk around Mornington and decided to just walk down to the pier, take a few snaps and look into the scenery. When we got home, I decided to take some of my daily greens and gut performance for health. I forgot to take this in the morning and decided to whip this up and hit a workout at home. Luckily, we came back earlier than we did just because there was a storm brewing and it just started pouring during the evening. One of my goals for 2024 was definitely to improve my health, so getting into a regular routine of using the treadmill and using my room as a gym itself. Later at night, we then headed out to KT Mart to do a bit of grocery shopping for the week. So KT Mart is basically one of our favorite places to shop for Asian groceries just because there is a really good range of Korean and Japanese imported goods, and sometimes you don't find these things in your local Asian grocer. Melbourne's weather was also really bad during the last week of 2023. Lots of storms, lots of rain. It was definitely weather that you want to stay at home for, but we just wanted to go out grocery shopping. We didn't really have anything else to do at home, so just wanted to trek out and do some groceries. Once we got home, I decided to make some dumpling mixture for a dumpling night that we're doing with friends on the next day. With my dumplings, I usually just add garlic, onion, cabbage, soy, pepper, Shaoxing wine, and a few other things inside. So I like to add chives as well, spring onions, and just mix that all together with the mince and have that sort of sit overnight. One of the other things I also like to do with my dumplings is add in sort of a mixture of stock and gelatin. So mix the stock and gelatin together, let that sit, and combine that in the mixture. When you steam off your dumplings or fry off your dumplings, what happens is that gelatin melts and sort of creates a soupy texture within the dumpling. So I'm pretty sure that's how soup dumplings are made, but it also helps steam the inside and also give you juicier dumplings. I decided to make a very quick banana bread recipe this evening as well, just because we had some very ripe bananas sitting around and I just wanted to use them before they went off. I used the recipe from Tasty just to whip up a very quick banana bread, and pretty much spent the rest of the night making banana bread. I did alter the recipe a bit just by reducing the sugar a bit and also adding in a bit more chocolate. I also find Aldi's chocolate to be a lot more better in flavor and texture as well, and I do find that cutting it up and putting it into your cakes, banana breads, etc. Does really make it really nice and sort of gooey, chewy, and it adds a really nice texture to the cake as well. Banana bread a cake, or is it bread? I don't know. Who cares? It tastes really good anyway. Nugget couldn't wait for a piece of that banana bread, but unfortunately with the chocolate inside, we couldn't give any to her. And this is how it turned out. It looked pretty good, and the chocolate was so good within the banana bread. The next day we had our dumpling night with our friends, so here's us wrapping up the dumpling mixture that we had the previous night. My mum also made some wonton filling, so we also ended up making some more wontons. We also decided to freeze a few just because we had so much left over, but that was good because that's always going to be a snack another day. We also ended up making some Shanghai noodles as well and salt and pepper pork that night, just because I felt like dumplings alone wasn't really something that we just wanted to have. Having other stuff on the side also just elevated the sort of dumpling night to, sort of match a theme of Chinese food that we're having tonight. There was actually heaps of food for around 6 people, so we ended up just having a bit of a feast and ended up just giving some out during the end of the night. I also got this umami pabi chili oil as a bad Santa present, so I was lucky enough to keep that and pick that off at the end. It was okay. It was fairly Sichuan-y, peppery, numbing sort of chili oil. However, I do prefer my mum's chili oil, which just has a bit more flavor and a bit more garlic and some more sort of chili flavor to it. I like to pan fry my dumplings, and usually what I do as well is I whip up a mixture of flour and water to create a crispy web underneath the dumplings. Mainly see these with gyozas at restaurants where they flip it over on the side, or on its back, and then you see sort of a crispy edge webbing underneath, or it's pretty much on top, and that's how you usually get that sort of edge, and that's how they create the edge when they cook dumplings.
Ooh, nice.
This is the table set up of the food, and we just spent most of the night feasting away, making some gingerbread houses, and also just catching up before the year ended. The next morning I had my usual daily greens and gut health, just because I feel like it definitely helps me out with bloating and also helps me with sort of my energy throughout the day. Not trying to promote this, but this has really helped me feel a lot more active throughout the day. We also went to China Bar this day as well, so it ended up being a feast with my cousins where we went to try out the new all-you-can-eat barbecue, and surprisingly the meat and sort of selection there was really good at Epping. Like, the meat quality was super good. Definitely recommend the Karubi, and you also have your usual sort of China Bar standard hot food there as well, and it was just a really good selection of barbecue stuff there that I was really surprised about. And for $39 per person at lunch, you can't really go wrong there. It was also a super nice day today in Melbourne. We just went for a drive, went back home, did a bit of laundry, and just spent most of the day chilling at home. It wasn't until the evening where we decided to go Yochi with a few friends, catch up again, and also just spend the night chilling, catching up before the end of the year. The next day we made some steak, mushroom, gochujang butter sauce. So this recipe was from cabbages who I found on TikTok. There are a couple who cook out of their New York City home, and yeah, they have really good recipes where there's a bit of inspiration of West and East, and yeah, they just have really good recipes that I wanted to try out, and this was one of the first. We also decided to make some spicy soft tofu soup this day as well. This earthen pot we have gotten from KT Mart. It's very versatile and it retains a lot of the heat as well when you do cook. So when you do sort of cook soup on it and take it off the heat, it still boils, and yeah, it just retains a lot of heat, retains a lot of flavor as well. And it's really good to have if you just want something like a single serve or sharing between a couple. I like to reverse sear my steaks, so I like to chuck them in the oven for an hour at 100 degrees Celsius. I don't have my own thermometer, which kind of sucks, so sometimes I'm either lucky or unlucky with how well it is in the middle and whether it comes to temperature. But the last few times where I've cooked steaks under an inch thickness, I always have them coming out medium rare when I sear it on the sort of pan. I just sear it for a minute on each side and it comes out medium rare. In the same pan as well, I made the sauce, so just using all the flavor that I used to sear the beef, include that in the sauce, and yeah, made the gochujang butter sauce. Steak came out just medium, which was perfect for my partner and I, and yeah, I guess I would have spent a little bit less time in the oven, and then yeah, next time I guess it's a learning experience. I also decided to make a chocolate ripple cake this night as well. So we're going to my cousin's the next day to have a New Year's Eve party, and I just wanted to bring something along for everyone to enjoy. This chocolate ripple cake is super easy. You just get Arnott's chocolate ripple cookies, sandwich them between some whipped cream, and yeah, you just design it and decorate it as however you want it. Usually I just dust it with chocolate powder and it's good to go. We also had some late Christmas presents to open up. My partner's brother actually bought us both Yeezy slides, which was really great. We actually needed some slides around the house, and having just moved in, we were very low on slippers, and yeah, this was definitely a great Christmas gift. My cousin also gave us some pots and pans as a housewarming gift and Christmas present, which was really nice. Came as a set of 2 pots and 2 pans. This was from Baccarat, so fairly decent and good quality pots and pans. Part of the New Year's Eve tradition is giving Nugget a bath for the last time of the year. Not sure about you guys, but I don't know, she loves playing with water, and when it comes to bath time, she absolutely hates it. Not sure if you have similar pets that are like this, but yeah, here's me just holding her down, making sure she doesn't jump off the bench and just has a really good rinse and bath and become all clean for the new year. I also spent a bit of time on New Year's Eve editing this video. If you guys have any recommendations for any mics, definitely let me know, just because at the moment I'm using my DJI mic and attaching it to my camera, which then I have to extract the audio from the video and use it as the voiceover, which is kind of annoying. My gaming headset has a really shitty mic and it just captures all this sort of surround sounds. New Year's Eve was at my cousin's house. The adults were already doing karaoke by the time we arrived. However, I wanted to just go straight for the food. That mango pudding was so good. We also had barbecue in the backyard. It was pork belly, steak, pork, chicken wings. It was really good, really well marinated, and also really good quality meat. Spent most of the day just chilling in the backyard, having some more barbecue and catching up with my cousins. My mum also made some homemade rice noodles, which we really enjoy. And it wasn't too hot or too cold to have this, so it was just perfect weather to have this. I also dropped by to my parents' house for a bit to play with Bob. We also brought Nugget over there so they can just tire themselves out before the fireworks went off at night. Coming back home, I decided I wanted to make cookies. It was still a bit early in the night and I just wanted to kill time, honestly. I found a recipe on my phone, which was just a screenshot of ingredients to make brown butter cookies. Absolutely no method at all, so I totally just winged this one, and honestly, the cookies came out pretty good. I love brown butter cookies compared to, I guess, normal cookies, just because I feel like the toffee and nuttiness of the brown butter just adds another level of flavor to the cookies. And yeah, here's me just whipping it up in the last few hours of 2023, and enjoy. I also chilled the cookie dough for about 2 hours just to let the fats in the butter solidify. This just helps the cookie become a bit more crispy and melt down more evenly when it's in the oven. The cookies actually turned out pretty decent. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to and have it sort of cook out a bit more, but they were still pretty decent and I ended up demolishing them within the next 3 days. New Year's for us is always spending time with our pets, just making sure they're comfortable in an environment when the fireworks go off. Hope you guys enjoyed your New Year's as well, and hope you had a really great 2023. And yeah, we'll see you in the next vlog. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more content, don't forget to subscribe. I do drop a new video every Sunday. Until then, I'll catch you soon.